So this is what we've got this week. We've got this big media wall to do. This is going in like a sandy metallic design with white and grey veins on it, and then in this room here we're doing like a concrete design on this big wall all the way across. So I'm just filling this out now, so I'll show you this bit. So that's already been sanded and that's not been sanded, so you can see the difference that sander makes. It just needs light sand and then filling out as well. Even though the plaster's done a good job, it's always best to sand it off first, and for that I'm using the Merker. So this one's all filled out now. You can see all the boxes are filled, and we've even filled a patch on the ceiling for the client just because it was a bit uneven. And it dries a lot quicker on the front than it does the internals, so the internals will take a while to dry. This will be dried tomorrow, and then it's sort of going to get sanded down. About 70% of this filler will all come off the wall, and it will give us a nice even finish then, ready for going on top.
Because those are the southeast, so that we're learning those lessons right across the NHS.
So now the filler's on, it all needs sanding down. For this I'll use like a 180 grit pad and just do it quite slow with the sander. It doesn't need to be quick because the filler's quite soft, it sands it away quite neat and tidy. And even though the plastering's good, I always prefer to fill it out just because it gives the client a much better job. Once that was done, it was colouring the base concrete design, so with the white mix I just added some black toner, mixed it up, and that gives us a medium grey sort of colour.
This one's been primed twice. I'm going to turn it around now and show you. So even though it's been primed twice, there's still some little bits on it that are showing through, so we'll just give it a third coat. And with this, it just takes time. Even though it looks a white, if you look closely, it's actually a slightly different shade from, if you look at that compared to the wall's white, that is a super light grey. We've done this because the background of this, they want like a light silver, so if we put a base of grey on it before we put the Venetian plaster over the top, it'll come through as sort of a silvery grey sort of vibe. This is on day 2 of prepping the wall. Putting the plaster on top, or the design that I'm putting on top, will only take about a day, so it takes a lot more time to do the prep on these jobs usually than it does the Venetian plaster. So I'm getting the base on now. This is like the concrete effect sort of base that we're putting on, and with the design that they've gone for this, the customer, we need the concrete to go on like a crisscross design, so I'll show you how I put it on. It's basically just an up and down motion, and then we give it a light trowel about 10 minutes afterwards. So everything that I'm doing stroke wise is like horizontal and vertical, and we keep that going so we don't want any sort of, the usual way we put it on is curvy, but we don't want any curves on this one, so everything is done that way. So I've just finished getting the top layer on, so you can see we've got the pattern in there. This needs to dry out. It'll all dry out the same colour, so the darker bits at the minute is the wet plaster. That's drying out, and then we're going to put a black colour wash on this tomorrow morning to make it a concrete effect. So this is all dry now, we're just waiting for the sample board to dry off with the colour wash on top, and so you're going to have like a black colour wash going all the way over it.
So once we've got the first layer of colour wash done, what we basically do is let it dry and then keep going over the dark patches. So you can see there I'm just rolling it in and rubbing it out with the sponge to make sort of a dragged effect with it. And it's just a bit of a long process this, you just have to naturally let it dry and keep coming back to it. So it's not a hard day, but we've just got to stick around and basically stare at the wall for the full day. This one, because of the design of it, it's quite complex, so I didn't actually get much footage of this one. There is a lot of footage on Instagram and TikTok for this one, and on the other socials and stuff, but that was a white marble effect design with a taut vein running through. So that's both the walls fully complete now and the job done for the week. It was a nice job doing 2 sort of contrasting colours. If you do like this content, make sure you like and subscribe so you can come back and watch more of it, and if you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, bye.